You run a charity event that involves posting photos of people wearing sunglasses on Twitter. You need to ensure that you only retweet photos that meet the following requirements. Include one or more faces. Contain at least one person wearing sunglasses. What should you use to analyze the images? A. The verify operation in the face service. B. The detect operation in the face service. C. The describe image operation in the computer vision service. D. The analyze image operation in the computer vision service. Which two components can you drag onto a canvas in Azure Machine Learning Designer? Each correct answer presents a complete solution. Note: each correct selection is worth 1 point. A. Dataset. B. Compute. C. Pipeline. D. Module. You are designing an AI system that empowers everyone, including people who have hearing, visual, and other impairments. This is an example of which Microsoft guiding principle for responsible AI. A. Fairness. B. Inclusiveness. C. Reliability and safety. D. Accountability. You have a solution that reads manuscripts in different languages and categorizes the manuscripts based on topic. Which types of natural language processing (NLP) workloads does this solution use? A. Speech recognition and entity recognition. B. Speech recognition and language modeling. C. Translation and key phrase extraction. D. Translation and sentiment analysis. You are developing a chatbot solution in Azure. Which service should you use to determine a user's intent? A. Translator. B. Language. C. Azure Cognitive Search. D. Speech. You have a bot that identifies the brand names of products in images of supermarket shelves. Which service does the bot use? A. AI enrichment for Azure search capabilities. B. Computer vision image analysis capabilities. C. Custom vision image classification capabilities. D. Language understanding capabilities. You are building an AI system. Which tasks should you include to ensure that the service meets the Microsoft transparency principle for responsible AI? A. Ensure that all visuals have an associated text that can be read by a screen reader. B. Enable autoscaling to ensure that a service scales based on demand. C. Provide documentation to help developers debug code. D. Ensure that a training dataset is representative of the population. You are building a tool that will process images from retail stores and identify the products of competitors. The solution must be trained on images provided by your company. Which Azure AI service should you use? A. Form Recognizer. B. Custom Vision. C. Face. D. Computer Vision. You need to build an image tagging solution for social media that tags images of your friends automatically. Which Azure Cognitive Services service should you use? A. Face. B. Form Recognizer. C. Language. D. Computer Vision. You have an app that identifies the coordinates of a product in an image of a supermarket shelf. Which service does the app use? A. Custom vision classification. B. Custom vision object detection. C. Computer vision read. D. Computer vision optical character recognition. OCR. You are developing a solution that uses the language service. You need to identify the main talking points in a collection of documents. Which type of natural language processing should you use? A. Language detection. B. Sentiment analysis. C. Entity recognition. D. Key phrase extraction. You are building a chatbot that will use natural language processing, NLP, to perform the following actions based on the text input of a user. Accept customer orders. Retrieve support documents. Retrieve order status updates. Which type of NLP should you use? A. Sentiment analysis. B. Named entity recognition. C. Translation. D. Language modeling. You need to create a clustering model and evaluate the model by using Azure Machine Learning Designer. What should you do? A. Split the original dataset into a dataset for training and a dataset for testing. Use the testing dataset for evaluation. B. Use the original dataset for training and evaluation. C. Split the original dataset into a dataset for features and a dataset for labels. Use the features dataset for evaluation. D. Split the original dataset into a dataset for training and a dataset for testing. Use the training dataset for evaluation. In a machine learning model, the data that is used as inputs are called blank Joe. Select the answer that correctly completes the sentence. A. Dataset. B. Labels. C. Variables. You have a dataset. You need to build an Azure machine learning classification model that will identify defective products. What should you do first? A. Load the dataset. B. Create a clustering model. C. Split the data into training and testing datasets. D. Create a classification model. You are evaluating whether to use a basic workspace or an enterprise workspace in Azure Machine Learning. What are two tasks that require an enterprise workspace? Each correct answer presents a complete solution. Note: each correct selection is worth 1 point. A. Use a graphical user interface, GUI, to run automated machine learning experiments. B. Create a compute instance to use as a workstation. C. Use a graphical user interface, GUI, to define and run machine learning experiments from Azure Machine Learning Designer. D. Create a dataset from a comma-separated value, CSV file. You need to identify street names based on street signs in photographs. Which type of computer vision should you use? A. Object detection. B. Optical character recognition. OCRC. Image classification. D. Facial recognition. A smart device that responds to the question, "What is the stock price of Contoso Limited?" is an example of which AI workload? A. Knowledge mining. B. Natural language processing. C. Computer vision. D. Anomaly detection. You have a natural language processing (NLP) model that was created by using data obtained without permission. Which Microsoft principle for responsible AI does this breach? A. Reliability and safety. B. Privacy and security. C. Inclusiveness. D. Transparency. In which two scenarios can you use a speech synthesis solution? Each correct answer presents a complete solution. Note: each correct selection is worth 1 point. A. An automated voice that reads back a credit card number entered into a telephone by using a numeric keypad. B. Generating live captions for a news broadcast. C. Extracting key phrases from the audio recording of a meeting. D. An AI character in a computer game that speaks audibly to a player. You are developing a chatbot solution in Azure. Which service should you use to determine a user's intent? A. Translator. B. Q&A maker. C. Speech. D. Language understanding. Lewis. A company employs a team of customer service agents to provide telephone and email support to customers. The company develops a web chat bot to provide automated answers to common customer queries. Which business benefit should the company expect as a result of creating the web chat bot solution? A. Increased sales. B. A. Reduced workload for the customer service agents. C. Improved product reliability. Which type of natural language processing (NLP) entity is used to identify a phone number? A. Regular expression. B. Machine learned. C. List. D. Pattern.ne. Predicting agricultural yields based on weather conditions and soil quality measurements is an example of which type of machine learning model? A. Classification. B. Regression. C. Clustering. You plan to build a conversational AI solution that can be surfaced in Microsoft Teams, Microsoft Cortana, and Amazon Alexa. Which service should you use? A. Azure Bot Service. B. Azure Cognitive Search. C. Speech. D. Language Service. You need to provide customers with the ability to query the status of orders by using phones, social media, or digital assistants. What should you use? A. An Azure machine learning model. B. The translator service. C. A. Form recognizer model. D. Azure Bot Service. What is an example of the Microsoft Responsible AI principle of transparency? A. Ensuring that opportunities are allocated equally to all applicants. B. Helping users understand the decisions made by an AI system. C. Ensuring that developers are accountable for the solutions they create. D. Ensuring that the privileged data of users is stored in a secure manner. You have 100 instructional videos that do not contain any audio. Each instructional video has a script. You need to generate a narration audio file for each video based on the script. Which type of workload should you use? A. Language modeling. B. Speech recognition. C. Speech synthesis. D. Translation. Which AI service can you use to extract intent from a user input, such as, "Call me back later"? A. Azure Cognitive Search. B. Translator. C. Language. D. Speech. Your company is exploring the use of voice recognition technologies in its smart home devices. The company wants to identify any barriers that might unintentionally leave out specific user groups. This is an example of which Microsoft guiding principle for responsible AI. A. Accountability. B. Fairness. C. Privacy and security. D. Inclusiveness. For which two workloads can you use computer vision? Each correct answer presents a complete solution. Note: each correct selection is worth 1 point. A. Assigning the color pixels in an image to object names. B. Detecting inconsistencies and anomalies in a stream of data. C. Creating visual representations of numerical data. D. Creating photorealistic images by using three-dimensional models. E. Describing the contents of an image. You have a security system that analyzes images from CCTV to provide authorized staff entry into restricted area. Which type of computer vision does the system use? A. Optical character recognition, OCR. Semantic segmentation. C. Facial detection and facial recognition. D. Image analysis. For a machine learning progress, how should you split data for training and evaluation? A. Use features for training and labels for evaluation. B. Randomly split the data into rows for training and rows for evaluation. C. Use labels for training and features for evaluation. D. Randomly split the data into columns for training and columns for evaluation. You have a data set that contains information about taxi journeys that occurred during a given period. You need to train a model to predict the fare of a taxi journey. What should you use as a feature? A. The number of taxi journeys in the data set. B. The trip distance of individual taxi journeys. C. The fare of individual taxi journeys. D. The trip ID of individual taxi journeys. You send an image to a computer vision API and receive back the annotated image shown in the exhibit. Which type of computer vision was used? A. Object detection. B. Face detection. C. Optical character recognition, OCR. Image classification. You need to develop a mobile app for employees to scan in and store their expenses while traveling. Which type of computer vision should you use? A. Semantic segmentation. B. Image classification. C. Object detection. D. Optical character recognition, OCR. Which two languages can you use to write custom code for Azure Machine Learning Designer? Each correct answer presents a complete solution. Note: Each correct selection is worth 1 point. A. Python. B. R. C. C#. D. Scala. You need to predict the income range of a given customer by using the following dataset. Which two fields should you use as features? Each correct answer presents a complete solution. Note: each correct selection is worth 1 point. A. Education level. B. Last name. C. Age. D. Income range. E. First name. You use drones to identify where weeds grow between rows of crops to send an instruction for the removal of the weeds. This is an example of which type of computer vision? A. Object detection. B. Optical character recognition, OCRC, scene segmentation. You need to develop a chatbot for a website. The chatbot must answer users' questions based on the information in the following documents: a product troubleshooting guide in a Microsoft Word document, a frequently asked questions (FAQ) list on a web page. Which service should you use to process the documents? A. Azure Bot Service. B. Language Understanding. C. Text Analytics. D. Q&A Maker. You have an AI solution that provides users with the ability to control smart devices by using verbal commands. Which two types of natural language processing, NLP workloads, does the solution use? Each correct answer presents part of the solution. Note: each correct selection is worth 1 point. A. Text-to-speech. B. Key phrase extraction. C. Speech-to-text. D. Language modeling. E. Translation. When you design an AI system to assess whether loans should be approved, the factors used to make the decision should be explainable. This is an example of which Microsoft guiding principle for responsible AI. A. Transparency. B. Inclusiveness. C. Fairness. D. Privacy and security. In which two scenarios can you use the form recognizer service? Each correct answer presents a complete solution. Note: each correct selection is worth 1 point. A. Extract the invoice number from an invoice. B. Translate a form from French to English. C. Find image of product in a catalog. D. Identify the retailer from a receipt. Your company wants to build a recycling machine for bottles. The recycling machine must automatically identify bottles of the correct shape and reject all other items. Which type of AI workload should the company use? A. Anomaly detection. B. Conversational AI. C. Computer vision. D. Natural language processing. You need to predict the animal population of an area. Which Azure machine learning type should you use? A. Regression. B. Clustering. C. Classification. Which type of machine learning should you use to identify groups of people who have similar purchasing habits? A. Classification. B. Regression. C. Clustering. You are building a tool that will process images from retail stores and identify the products of competitors. The solution will use a custom model. Which Azure Cognitive Services service should you use? A. Custom Vision. B. Form Recognizer. C. Face. D. Computer Vision. Which service should you use to extract text, key, value pairs, and table data automatically from scanned documents? A. Form Recognizer. B. Text Analytics. C. Language Understanding. D. Custom Vision. You need to predict the sea level in meters for the next 10 years. Which type of machine learning should you use? A. Classification. B. Regression. C. Clustering. Which type of machine learning should you use to predict the number of gift cards that will be sold next month? A. Classification. B. Regression. C. Clustering. You have the predicted versus true chart shown in the following exhibit. Which type of model is the chart used to evaluate? A. Classification. B. Regression. C. Clustering. In which scenario should you use key phrase extraction? A. Identifying whether reviews of a restaurant are positive or negative. B. Generating captions for a video based on the audio track. C. Identifying which documents provide information about the same topics. D. Translating a set of documents from English to German. You need to build an image tagging solution for social media that tags images of your friends automatically. Which Azure Cognitive Services service should you use? A. Face. B. Form Recognizer. C. Text Analytics. D. Computer Vision. When training a model, why should you randomly split the rows into separate subsets? A. To train the model twice, to attain better accuracy. B. To train multiple models simultaneously, to attain better performance. C. To test the model by using data that was not used to train the model. You need to create a model that labels a collection of your personal digital photographs. Which Azure Cognitive Services service should you use? A. Form Recognizer. B. Custom Vision. C. Language. D. Computer Vision. Which AI service can you use to interpret the meaning of a user input, such as backquote, call me back later, backquote? A. Translator. B. Text Analytics. C. Speech. D. Language Understanding. Lewis. You need to convert receipts into transactions in a spreadsheet. The spreadsheet must include the date of the transaction, the merchant, the total spent, and any taxes paid. Which Azure AI service should you use? A. Custom Vision. B. Form Recognizer. C. Face. D. Language. Which two scenarios are examples of a conversational AI workload? Each correct answer presents a complete solution. Note: each correct selection is worth 1 point. A. A smart device in the home that responds to questions such as, "Oh Euro, what will the weather be like today?" Oh Euro. B. A website that uses a knowledge base to interactively respond to users' questions. C. Assembly line machinery that autonomously inserts headlamps into cars. D. Monitoring the temperature of machinery to turn on a fan when the temperature reaches a specific threshold. Which two scenarios are examples of a conversational AI workload? Each correct answer presents a complete solution. Note: each correct selection is worth 1 point. A. A telephone answering service that has a pre-recorder message. B. A chatbot that provides users with the ability to find answers on a website by themselves. C. Telephone voice menus to reduce the load on human resources. D. A service that creates frequently asked questions, FAQ documents, by crawling public websites. You build a machine learning model by using the Automated Machine Learning User Interface, UI. You need to ensure that the model meets the Microsoft Transparency Principle for Responsible AI. What should you do? A. Set validation type to auto. B. Enable explain best model. C. Set primary metric to accuracy. D. Set max concurrent iterations to 0. You are building an AI-based app. You need to ensure that the app uses the principles for responsible AI. Which two principles should you follow? Each correct answer presents part of the solution. Note: each correct selection is worth 1 point. A. Implement an agile software development methodology. B. Implement a process of AI model validation as part of the software review process. C. Establish a risk governance committee that includes members of the legal team, members of the risk management team, and a privacy officer. D. Prevent the disclosure of the use of AI-based algorithms for automated decision-making. What are 3 Microsoft guiding principles for responsible AI? Each correct answer presents a complete solution. Note: each correct selection is worth 1 point. A. Knowledgeability. B. Decisiveness. C. Inclusiveness. D. Fairness. E. Opinionatedness. F. Reliability and safety. You are building a language understanding model for an e-commerce business. You need to ensure that the model detects when utterances are outside the intended scope of the model. What should you do? A. Export the model. B. Add utterances to the non-intent. C. Create a pre-built task entity. D. Create a new model. Which service should you use to extract text, key, value pairs, and table data automatically from scanned documents? A. Custom Vision. B. Face. C. Form Recognizer. D. Language. Which Azure Cognitive Services service can be used to identify documents that contain sensitive information? A. Custom Vision. B. Conversational Language Understanding. C. Form Recognizer. You have a website that includes customer reviews. You need to store the reviews in English and present the reviews to users in their respective language. by recognizing each user's geographical location. Which type of natural language processing workload should you use? A. Key phrase extraction. B. Speech recognition. C. Language modeling. D. Translation. Your company manufactures widgets. You have 1,000 digital photos of the widgets. You need to identify the location of the widgets within the photos. What should you use? A. Computer vision spatial analysis. B. Custom vision object detection. C. Computer vision image analysis. D. Custom vision classification. You are developing a system to predict the prices of insurance for drivers in the United Kingdom. You need to minimize bias in the system. What should you do? A. Remove information about protected characteristics from the data before sampling. B. Take a training sample that is representative of the population in the United Kingdom. C. Create a training dataset that uses data from global insurers. D. Take a completely random training sample. You need to reduce the load on telephone operators by implementing a chatbot to answer simple questions with predefined answers. Which two AI services should you use to achieve the goal? Each correct answer presents part of the solution. Note: each correct selection is worth 1 point. A. Azure Machine Learning. B. Azure Bot Service. C. Language Service. D. Translator. You use natural language processing to process text from a Microsoft news story. You receive the output shown in the following exhibit. Which type of natural languages processing was performed? A. Entity recognition. B. Key phrase extraction. C. Sentiment analysis. D. Translation. You plan to develop a bot that will enable users to query a knowledge base by using natural language processing. Which two services should you include in the solution? Each correct answer presents part of the solution. Note: each correct selection is worth 1 point. A. Q&A Maker. B. Azure Bot Service. C. Form Recognizer. D. Anomaly Detector. A medical research project uses a large anonymized dataset of brain scan images that are categorized into predefined brain hemorrhage types. You need to use machine learning to support early detection of the different brain hemorrhage types in the images before the images are reviewed by a person. This is an example of which type of machine learning? A. Clustering. B. Regression. C. Classification. You have an Azure machine learning pipeline that contains a split data module. The split data module outputs to a train model module and a score model module. What is the function of the split data module? A. Scaling numeric variables so that they are within a consistent numeric range. B. Creating training and validation datasets. C. Diverting records that have missing data. D. Selecting columns that must be included in the model. Which scenario is an example of a web chat bot? A. Determine whether reviews entered on a website for a concert are positive or negative, and then add a thumbs up or thumbs down emoji to the reviews. B. Translate into English questions entered by customers at a kiosk so that the appropriate person can call the customers back. C. Accept questions through email, and then route the email messages to the correct person based on the content of the message. D. From a website interface, answer common questions about scheduled events and ticket purchases for a music festival. In which two scenarios can you use speech recognition? Each correct answer presents a complete solution. Note: each correct selection is worth 1 point. A. An in-car system that reads text messages aloud. B. Providing closed captions for recorded or live videos. C. Creating an automated public address system for a train station. D. Creating a transcript of a telephone call or meeting. You need to make the written press releases of your company available in a range of languages. Which service should you use? A. Translator. B. Text analytics. C. Speech. D. Language understanding. Lewis. Which computer vision feature can you use to generate automatic captions for digital photographs? A. Recognize text. B. Identify the areas of interest. C. Detect objects. D. Describe the images. You plan to develop a bot that will enable users to query a knowledge base by using natural language processing. Which two services should you include in the solution? Each correct answer presents part of the solution. Note: each correct selection is worth 1 point. A. Language service. B. Azure bot service. C. Form recognizer. D. Anomaly detector. In which two scenarios can you use the Form Recognizer service? Each correct answer presents a complete solution. Note: each correct selection is worth 1 point. A. Identify the retailer from a receipt. B. Translate from French to English. C. Extract the invoice number from an invoice. D. Find images of products in a catalog. You have a frequently asked questions (FAQ) PDF file. You need to create a conversational support system based on the FAQ. Which service should you use? A. Q&A Maker. B. Text Analytics. C. Computer Vision. D. Language Understanding. Lewis. Natural language processing can be used to blank O. Select the answer that correctly completes the sentence. A. Analyze video content. B. Generate speech. C. Classify email messages as work-related or personal. D. Classify images. You are building a knowledge base by using Q&A Maker. Which file format can you use to populate the knowledge base? A. PPTX. B. XML. C. ZIP. D. PDF. What are two tasks that can be performed by using the computer vision service? Each correct answer presents a complete solution. Note: each correct selection is worth 1 point. A. Train a custom image classification model. B. Detect faces in an image. C. Recognize handwritten text. D. Translate the text in an image between languages. You are developing a natural language processing solution in Azure. The solution will analyze customer reviews and determine how positive or negative each review is. This is an example of which type of natural language processing workload. A. Language detection. B. Sentiment analysis. C. Key phrase extraction. D. Entity recognition. You have the process shown in the following exhibit. Which type of AI solution is shown in the diagram? A. A sentiment analysis solution. B. A chatbot. C. A machine learning model. D. A computer vision application. You have a knowledge base of frequently asked questions, FAQ. You create a bot that uses the knowledge base to respond to customer requests. You need to identify what the bot can perform without adding additional skills. What should you identify? A. Register customer purchases. B. Register customer complaints. C. Answer questions from multiple users simultaneously. D. Provide customers with return materials authorization, RMA numbers. You are developing a conversational AI solution that will communicate with users through multiple channels, including email, Microsoft Teams, and web chat. Which service should you use? A. Text analytics. B. Azure bot service. C. Translator. D. Form recognizer. You need to make the written press releases of your company available in a range of languages. Which service should you use? A. Speech. B. Language. C. Translator. D. Personalizer. Which two scenarios are examples of a natural language processing workload? Each correct answer presents a complete solution. Note: each correct selection is worth 1 point. A. Monitoring the temperature of machinery to turn on a fan when the temperature reaches a specific threshold. B. A smart device in the home that responds to questions such as, "What will the weather be like today?" C. A website that uses a knowledge base to interactively respond to users' questions. D. Assembly line machinery that autonomously inserts headlamps into cars. You build a Q&A maker bot by using a frequently asked questions FAQ page. You need to add professional greetings and other responses to make the bot more user-friendly. What should you do? A. Increase the confidence threshold of responses. B. Enable active learning. C. Create multi-turn questions. D. Add chit-chat. Your website has a chatbot to assist customers. You need to detect when a customer is upset based on what the customer types in the chatbot. Which type of AI workload should you use? A. Anomaly detection. B. Computer vision. C. Regression. D. Natural language processing. You are developing a solution that uses the text analytics service. You need to identify the main talking points in a collection of documents. Which type of natural language processing should you use? A. Entity recognition. B. Key phrase extraction. C. Sentiment analysis. D. Language detection. You are processing photos of runners in a race. You need to read the numbers on the runners' shirts to identify the runners in the photos. Which type of computer vision should you use? A. Facial recognition. B. Optical character recognition. OCRC. Image classification. D. Object detection. A historian can use blank to digitize newspaper articles. Select the answer that correctly completes the sentence. A. Object detection. B. Facial recognition. C. Image classification. D. Optical character recognition. OCR. You use Azure Machine Learning Designer to publish an inference pipeline. Which two parameters should you use to access the web service? Each correct answer presents part of the solution. Note: each correct selection is worth 1 point. A. The model name. B. The training endpoint. C. The authentication key. D. The REST endpoint. Which statement is an example of a Microsoft responsible AI principle? A. AI systems must use only publicly available data. B. AI systems must be transparent and inclusive. C. AI systems must keep personal details public. D. AI systems must protect the interests of the company. During the process of machine learning, when should you review evaluation metrics? A. Before you train a model. B. After you clean the data. C. Before you choose the type of model. D. After you test a model on the validation data. Which machine learning technique can be used for anomaly detection? A. A machine learning technique that classifies objects based on user-supplied images. B. A machine learning technique that understands written and spoken language. C. A machine learning technique that classifies images based on their contents. D. A machine learning technique that analyzes data over time and identifies unusual changes. You have an AI-based loan approval system. During testing, you discovered that the system has a gender bias. Which responsible AI principle does this violate? A. Accountability. B. Reliability and safety. C. Transparency. D. Fairness. You use Azure Machine Learning Designer to build a model pipeline. What should you create before you can run the pipeline? A. A registered model. B. A. Compute resource. C. A Jupyter notebook. You need to create a customer support solution to help customers access information. The solution must support email, phone, and live chat channels. Which type of AI solution should you use? A. Machine learning. B. Computer vision. C. Chatbot. D. Natural language processing, NLP. You have a data set that contains the columns shown in the following table. You have a machine learning model that predicts the value of column E based on the other numeric columns. Which type of model is this? A. Analysis. B. Clustering. C. Regression. You need to track multiple versions of a model that was trained by using Azure Machine Learning. What should you do? A. Explain the model. B. Register the model. C. Register the training data. D. Provision an inference cluster. You need to identify groups of rows with similar numeric values in a dataset. Which type of machine learning should you use? A. Clustering. B. Regression. C. Classification. You need to convert handwritten notes into digital text. Which type of computer vision should you use? A. Facial detection. B. Optical character recognition. OCRC. Image classification. D. Object detection. You need to develop a mobile app for employees to scan and store their expenses while traveling. Which type of computer vision should you use? A. Face detection. B. Image classification. C. Object detection. D. Optical character recognition. OCR. You need to implement a pre-built solution that will identify well-known brands in digital photographs. Which Azure Cognitive Services service should you use? A. Custom Vision. B. Form Recognizer. C. Face. D. Computer Vision. An app that analyzes social media posts to identify their tone is an example of which type of natural language processing (NLP) workload? A. Sentiment analysis. B. Speech recognition. C. Key phrase extraction. D. Entity recognition. You have a solution that analyzes social media posts to extract the mentions of city names and the city names discussed most frequently. Which type of natural language processing (NLP) workload does the solution use? A. Speech recognition. B. Sentiment analysis. C. Key phrase extraction. D. Entity recognition. Predicting how many vehicles will travel across a bridge on a give day is an example of blank 20. Select the answer that correctly completes the sentence. A. Regression. B. Translation. C. Classification. D. Clustering. Which AI service should you use to create a bot from a frequently asked questions (FAQ) document? A. Q&A Maker. B. Language Understanding. LUIS. C. Text Analytics. D. Speech. You need to develop a web-based AI solution for a customer support system. Users must be able to interact with a web app that will guide them to the best resource or answer. Which service should you use? A. Custom Vision. B. Q&A Maker. C. Translator Text. D. Face. You need to reduce the load on telephone operators by implementing a chatbot to answer simple questions with predefined answers. Which two AI service should you use to achieve the goal? Each correct answer presents part of the solution. Note: Each correct selection is worth 1 point. A. Text analytics. B. Q&A maker. C. Azure bot service. D. Translator. You need to provide content for a business chatbot that will help answer simple user queries. What are 3 ways to create question and answer text by using Q&A Maker? Each correct answer presents a complete solution. Note: each correct selection is worth 1 point. A. Generate the questions and answers from an existing web page. B. Use automated machine learning to train a model based on a file that contains the questions. C. Manually enter the questions and answers. D. Connect the bot to the Cortana channel and ask questions by using Cortana. E. Import chit-chat content from a predefined data source. You have a web chat bot that provides responses from a Q&A Maker knowledge base. You need to ensure that the bot uses user feedback to improve the relevance of the responses over time. What should you use? A. Key phrase extraction. B. Sentiment analysis. C. Business logic. D. Active learning. You need to build an app that will read recipe instructions aloud to support users who have reduced vision. Which version service should you use? A. Language service. B. Translator. C. Speech. D. Personalizer. You have insurance claim reports that are stored as text. You need to extract key terms from the reports to generate summaries. Which type of AI workload should you use? A. Anomaly detection. B. Natural language processing. C. Computer vision. D. Knowledge mining. You are building a language understanding model for an e-commerce business. You need to ensure that the model detects when utterances are outside the intended scope of the model. What should you do? A. Test the model by using new utterances. B. Add utterances to the non-intent. C. Create a pre-built task entity. D. Create a new model. You are authoring a language understanding (LUIS) application to support a music festival. You want users to be able to ask questions about scheduled shows, such as, which act is playing on the main stage? The question, which act is playing on the main stage? Is an example of which type of element? A. An intent. B. An utterance. C. A domain. D. An entity. You have insurance claim reports that are stored as text. You need to extract key terms from the reports to generate summaries. Which type of AI workload should you use? A. Natural language processing. B. Conversational AI. C. Anomaly detection. D. Computer vision. You need to build an app that will read recipe instructions aloud to support users who have reduced vision. Which version service should you use? A. Text analytics. B. Translator. C. Speech. D. Language understanding. Lewis. What are 2 tasks that can be performed by using computer vision? Each correct answer presents a complete solution. Note: Each correct selection is worth 1 point. A. Predict stock prices. B. Detect brands in an image. C. Detect the color scheme in an image. D. Translate text between languages. E. Extract key phrases. What is a use case for classification? A. Predicting how many cups of coffee a person will drink based on how many hours the person slept the previous night. B. Analyzing the contents of images and grouping images that have similar colors. C. Predicting whether someone uses a bicycle to travel to work based on the distance from home to work. D. Predicting how many minutes it will take someone to run a race based on past race times. You need to determine the location of cars in an image so that you can estimate the distance between the cars. Which type of computer vision should you use? A. Optical character recognition, OCR/B, object detection. C. Image classification. D. Face detection. Which two actions are performed during the data ingestion and data preparation stage of an Azure machine learning process? Each correct answer presents part of the solution. Note: each correct selection is worth 1 point. A. Calculate the accuracy of the model. B. Score test data by using the model. C. Combine multiple datasets. D. Use the model for real-time predictions. E. Remove records that have missing values. You need to create a training dataset and validation dataset from an existing dataset. Which module in the Azure Machine Learning Designer should you use? A. Select columns in dataset. B. Add rows. C. Split data. D. Join data. Which metric can you use to evaluate a classification model? A. True positive rate. B. Mean absolute error, MAE. C. Coefficient of determination, R2D root. Mean squared error, RMSE. What are two metrics that you can use to evaluate a regression model? Each correct answer presents a complete solution. Note: each correct selection is worth 1 point. A. Coefficient of determination, R2, B, F, 1 score. C. Root mean squared error, RMSED area under curve, AUCE, balanced accuracy.